am within striking distance of the other shore. There it is. Welcome back to my final episode in my mini-series Kayak Camping in Mississippi River Headwaters. We left off on the last episode finishing up our crossing of Lake Winnipegashish. I landed here at the High Banks Resort where, despite looking like a bum that washed up on the shore, the owner was kind enough to allow me to rent a campsite for the night. I had the privilege of meeting Kim and Rick, the owners of this beautiful resort on the east side of Lake Winnie. A very friendly atmosphere with many log cabins to rent, a wonderful view of the lake, access to great fishing, and a picture-perfect sunset right off the shore. Thank you, Kim, again, for the kindness you showed to me. If you are looking for a getaway spot for a weekend or more, I think it would be worth looking into the High Banks Resort. I pulled into camp for the night, got my tent set up, hung up some clothes, and took a highly anticipated shower. Alright, so we just finished my shower. Amazing. And they told me that they have burgers here. I am going to get a burger. Even being the only one at the bar, Kim was kind enough to allow me to order a burger for dinner. I was also lucky enough to receive a free box of chocolates from Cheekies, which were made right here in Minnesota. And man, were they amazing. While eating, I was treated to some live music by this wonderful young man who gave me a lesson in the history of the canjo.
This is a canjo. So the story is about it. Back in the early Civil War, the Confederate Army didn't have enough money to buy banjos. So they would just find a random stick, take some of their tripwire, and then they would take their old span cams and then they would make
one straight banjo.
Too cool. Might be an instrument I could play.
It's actually really easy to learn.
Oh, that's good. So here we are, still at the High Banks Resort. Just gonna start breaking down camp. Slept a lot while I was here. Ate a lot while I was here. It's pretty tired and sore after yesterday. Star Island to the east side of Winnie. So it's quite a haul. A lot further than I wanted to go, but nonetheless, I'm here. Got an energy drink in me, so I'm feeling a lot better. I think I ate more in the 10 hours or so that I was here, or 12 hours or whatever, than I ate in like the past 3 or 4 days combined. So, not sure how much more I'll do. Wife comes to town tomorrow. We talked about obviously getting together and kind of checking out some of the local areas. She's got a hotel in Grand Rapids for a couple days, so that'd be cool to kind of spend some time together up here and see the sights. While I packed up, I had the company of this blue jay, which came to finish my leftovers from breakfast. So, back on the water, leaving the hospitality of the High Banks Resort. Still pretty sore from yesterday. I don't think I'll go too far, but we'll see how the day goes. Kind of want to just see what the Winnie Dam area looks like, and maybe just camp there until my pickup. Just not feeling a ton of paddling today. So. There's today's dragonfly rescue. Slight breeze out here. It's amazing seeing how choppy Winnie gets. I'm pretty glad I crossed yesterday. jackets on, skirts on. And as long as I pay attention to the bigger rollers coming in, it should be just fine. Although it was only a few mile-an-hour breeze, it stirred up the lake plenty. We've reached the Winnie Dam. Now, a note to all the paddlers out there. The Winnie Dam portage is really close to the dam on the left side as you approach, much closer than you would expect. And prepare yourself, as it is a rather steep one. I have never seen a video that showed the struggles of the Lake Winnie portage, so I left mine in here for your viewing pleasure. That was dumb. That was really dumb. After clearing the portage and crossing the road, I arrived at the Lake Winnie Dam recreation area where I reserved a campsite for the night. I got dinner going and settled into my new home for the last night of my trip. Here at the Lake Winnie Dam campground and having dinner. $24 a stay here, not a big deal. Probably have my wife pick me up tomorrow when she comes in town. I really enjoyed myself. Paddling from High Banks Resort to here was tough. It was windy. Not real windy, but enough to screw up the lake and make it suck. Flavor. So, yeah, it's a nice spot. There's plenty of people, of course. You can do dinner here and packed up all my crap and head down to the river and maybe fish a little bit. But yeah, that's where we're at. So it is pretty cool. The trip didn't last as long as I originally planned, but I really do feel like I accomplished everything I set out to accomplish, and I realized that I do enjoy doing this. It's a little strange not knowing where you're going to live each night. But There was an element of excitement to it, which was pretty sweet. Pretty sure that if I do a 2019 run down the whole river, I would want to have somebody come with me. I think having a partner to paddle with would make it go a lot easier. Kind of a distraction from all the paddling, basically. So yeah, we're just gonna hang out here for a while and relax. Tell you what, don't knock canned chicken when you're out doing this. Somehow, it tastes a lot better than when I first tried it. First tried it, I was like, nah. And a couple of times I've eaten it now since I've been out here. It's almost become my favorite thing to eat. And it just looks disgusting too. It's like wet chicken. But it couldn't be better. After dinner, I did a little exploring of the area. Saw the downriver side of the dam. Saw this big school of fish hanging out in the shallow pool of the dam, soaking up the sun. And I couldn't help but admire the size of the lake. Tamarack Point, western shoreline. As I looked over the water, I saw this small figure making its way across the lake towards me. With the lake portage still fresh in my mind, I wanted to help this paddler up the steep hill and save them some trouble. Meet Kris, a retired veteran Marine who is paddling the entire length of the Mississippi River to raise awareness of PTSD and veteran suicide across the nation. Kris told me he is paddling solo to show that there are people out there that are willing to help you on your journey. You don't have to face challenges alone. Working with Mission 22, Kris is determined to make this trip for all of his fellow brothers and sisters that have served. And the rest of us give our full support, love, and gratitude to all who have, do, and will serve. Thank you. I made it back to camp to wind down for the night. Took a shower at the campground where you have to push a button every 60 seconds to keep the water running, and then eventually climbed into my tent one last time and drifted off to sleep. I awoke to this monster staring down at me. After dealing with the threat, I was invited to breakfast by Ray, Janetta, and their dog Maggie, who seems to be right at home traveling the country in search of new adventures. The next morning I learned that Ray and Janetta made breakfast for Kris, and the day before me they'd made breakfast for some other paddlers as well. Ray and Janetta, you are true river angels, and some of the nicest people I've ever met. Thank you for your generosity and stories of your trips. I truly enjoyed our short time together. As we watch this leech make its way back to the water, I want to thank all of you for watching my adventure. This is the first time I have ever camped solo, as well as kayaking this far and for this long. I had so much fun and I can't wait to see what adventures lie ahead. You just never know what might happen. Take care everyone, and we'll see you on the next one.